Hi, how are you guys? Give me a minute while I share this out to the event and also invite some people. So, happy Friday. We are at the end of the month, so this is my time to recap the month. But obviously, we are in a special season because this is the end of the year. So, we are going to recap the year in 20 minutes or less. So, I'm not going to keep you on too long. But I do want to say, for me, what my lessons learned were in 2017, what I'm taking with me from this year into next year, and what my new beginnings are. And hopefully, you guys are in that same space. You're getting ready for the end of the year. Um, your New Year's celebrations, you've been doing some planning, or you've at least thought about it, and you're thinking about what an amazing 2018 you're going to have. And I'm just so very happy that you guys have made me a part of it. And I will hopefully be sharing the year with you, the upcoming year, as I did with many of you this year. Many of you just met me, I want to say, in the August timeframe when I relaunched this group. So I will be talking about all that in just a second. So give me just a minute and let me get everybody invited, and then let me get it shared out to the event, and then we will get started. I don't know about you guys, but for you guys, I'm in Texas. I'm in the DFW, Dallas Fort Worth area, and it's been cold here, which is, normal. Texas weather is kind of fugazi, for lack of a better word. It's jacked up. Like, it's cold 1 minute, and like 3 hours it'll be 90 degrees, and it's really hard to know what to expect weather-wise. But it's been cold the last couple of weeks. Here, it hasn't snowed. We usually get snow in February. If we are going to get snow, it's usually right at the end of spring. But like, I am like super cold. Like, I've been cold all day long. So I've got my shawl on. I've got, socks on. I'm just a hot, cold mess. But some years ago, I got my thyroid removed, and I always like to tell you guys useless facts while I'm adding everybody and their mother to this thing. I got my thyroid removed, and before my thyroidectomy, I guess it's called, I was always hot. Like, I was always, always hot. Like, you could not keep me cool. And now I'm always cold. So, speaking of which, I don't think I took my thyroid medicine. Which, once you're without a thyroid, you are forever on the dreaded thyroid medicine, which is supposed to regulate your hormones, but I'm not sure I feel regulated at all. All right. Okay, I'm almost done, and then we will get started. We have so many people in the group, and I don't know all of you all, so I have to do a better job of, like, I know some of your stories, but I don't know all of your stories. So I have to get a better job of, like, getting to know you guys more. So we certainly have some opportunities to do that. All right, I think I've got a good number of people. Okay, hey Nicole, how are you? All right, so I have invited a bunch of people, and let me just share this out to the event, and then also share it out to another place. So give me just a second and then we will get started. Usually I try and like jot down a few notes, but I'm actually going to try and do this month by heart and then do the year by heart. So that means we'll be talking about only those things that were like near and dear to me this year because they'll be on the forefront of my mind. All right, so give me a second. Let me share this out to... Okay. All right, we will get started in just a second. Okay. Okay. Hey, Kanisha, how are you? Uh, Welcome to the end of 2017. All right, so this is my end of the month recap. So every Friday, the last Friday of the month, I always do a recap of the month and then give you guys a sneak peek of what's to come in the upcoming month. But, you know, we are now at the end of the year. So I'm going to do like, you know, off the top of my head, the recap of the year, lessons learned for the year, what I'm taking into 2017, and what I'm leaving, and then what I am doing for the business and for you guys in the upcoming year. So I'm super excited to be a part of your journey. I'm glad that you are able to join me. So if you're joining me live, thank you for being here. If you're going to watch the replay, thanks for watching. So, you know, 2017 was an awakening. I think I would akin 2017 for me as an awakening. So I've been in the online business, so like dedicated to doing online coaching and training for about, I want to say 3 years now, but like really hard at it the last 18 months. So when I first started, I was sort of kind of doing it. I wasn't really fully vested into it, but now I've been fully vested probably about 18 months. And so, you know, I came out of 2016. Now, if you know my story, if you don't know my story, let me just give you a quick recap. So I've been doing Facebook ads since 2007. I've owned my own barbershop. We've owned that barbershop since 2006. Hey, Nicole. And in 2009, I opened up a salon 3 doors down from my husband's barbershop because he sort of kicked us out. The men took over the barbershop and I opened up a salon. At the same time, I was working full-time in IT. I've been an IT marketing professional for some 20 years, I guess 95, so whatever that gives me, certified project manager. And so I've been in the IT project management field for that long. So I opened, but I always wanted to have a salon, right? I had the barbershop, but it really wasn't mine because my husband, he let me do a little bit of things, but he didn't really let me do things the way I wanted to do them. But I always wanted to have a salon. My mother's a hairdresser. My husband's a barber. We had a barbershop, so I opened up a salon. And, you know, the space came available. I opened up in 2009. Long story short, I opened up and I had to close it down. I was open for a month. I had 4 people and had to close it down for 30 days because we only had 1 customer. I spent the entire time when we were building it out, doing the construction and everything, making sure that the internal of the business was amazing, right? It was going to be an amazing experience for my clients, but I didn't do what I know best. I didn't market the business. Like I did 0 marketing. Like I hired the staff. I made sure the interior looked great. You know, I like had these most amazing leather chairs. I had, you know, this amazing couch. Just the interior was the bomb.com. You know, I had my website. I had all of the shit that I thought was the most important thing, but I didn't do what I know is to do, which was to pre-market and to market the business. So as people say, a plumber's plumbing, their own personal plumbing sucks, right? So I had that case study to go with. So I was open for about a month. We had one customer, and it was one of the stylist's mother who bought I think a spray. It was like $19.99. And I think we discounted it for her. So it was like $17. So I had salaries, I had overhead, and I had all this money I had invested in this business, and not a dime was coming in. But of course, when I sales forecasted, because I knew how the beauty industry worked, I knew that if I had 4 stylists, I could project this revenue and I could cover the business. I knew I was going to have to float it. And I had no sales, like 0 sales. Like I was devastated. So I had the hard conversation with the 4 people that I hired, and I had to let them go. And I closed the business down. I said it was cheaper for me to just cover the operations, like the rent and the electric, until I regrouped. So I shut down. I remember we opened in October of 2009. And I started construction, all that in August. We opened in October, and by December, I had closed down. It was probably November. I had closed down and then reopened in January. And at that time, I had decided to go full time in the salon. So I didn't go full time in the salon until March. So from January to March, I had reopened, and I was doing hair part-time in the salon, and I was working my full-time job. And I was like, you got to get your shit together, Sundey. Like, this, this industry, marketing. What the hell are you doing wrong? And this was back when Facebook in 2000, so this was 9 and 10, Facebook, they had just started letting businesses advertise. Now, mind you, I wasn't on Facebook. MySpace back in 2009, 10 was still big, and I wasn't on MySpace either. I was like, I'm fucking too old for this shit. Like, I'm not getting on MySpace. I'm married. I'm not single people get on MySpace. I was thinking of a more derogatory term, but single people get on MySpace with their scrolling pictures. I was like, I had no parts of it. But my daughter would have been 8 or 9, and she was on Facebook. And so I was on Facebook because I'm trying to spy on my daughter to figure out what the hell she's doing and making sure that she's not doing anything inappropriate. And one of my customers was like, well, have you tried Facebook business? And I was like, no. And again, at this time, I was doing traditional marketing. So we were doing flyers. We were doing business cards. I was, part of the Chamber of Commerce. I was doing business cards. Every person that I could possibly meet knew about my barbershop and knew about my salon. And that is what I did. So it was guerrilla marketing. We had done some print advertising. Hey, Priyanka. We had done some print advertising, but for the most part, it was the traditional advertising. I didn't want to invest in radio ads, didn't do any television ads, but it was print, and it was word of mouth, and it was a lot of hustle, right? It was me out there beating the pavement. My husband was not the marketer, it was me. So I would hit the pavement, I would meet, I would greet, I would razzle dazzle, I'd go to every networking event. My husband would go to every bar, and that's how we got the name of our business out there. And I did the same thing for the salon, but I was like, you know what? At this time, 2010, I think we had our 3rd child by this time. Yeah, because our 3rd child was 2007. So we had 3 kids. I was working full time. I had just opened up a second business, and I was fucking exhausted. Like, I was like, I don't want to go out there and beat the pavement. I'm tired. Like, I don't want to do that. Right. So, opening up the salon. Anyway, make a long story short, somebody told me about Facebook business. I spent, 48, 72 hours, like researching what the hell Facebook business. So I created a business page and then ran my first ad. I want to say I ran my first ad at the end of January. Now, this was before Facebook ads were what they were today. So I've been advertising on Facebook since 2010. And that is how we drew in our customers. That's how I recovered and reopened. And in March, so in January, I reopened. I was working part-time. By March, I had quit my job and I was working full-time in the salon. and 90% of our customer base came from Facebook ads. I was not out there meeting and greeting people. I had young children, and all of my traffic into the salon was through Facebook ads. Now, this was the time when you didn't have, all of this ad space. You had this little, I don't even remember the size, but it was this little box of an ad, right? And I had a natural hair salon. So I had this Afro lady, and it was a silhouette of a lady with an afro, and it said natural hair salon in Frisco. And it had some copy, and I targeted, and that's how I got people into our salon, and that's how I saved our salon. Now, fast forward 7 years, going on 8 years, Facebook is way more sophisticated. Everybody and their mother is using Facebook, but I'm much more of an expert in how to leverage Facebook than I did in 2010. But what I will tell you is that Facebook saved my business based on me taking a leap of faith and doing something differently than what was the mainstream at the time. And the mainstream was passing out business cards, meeting as many people, word of mouth, referral, or if you had big ad spend, you would do radio ads, or you would do some sort of, late night commercials or whatever. So I took a leap of faith, and I started doing something that, as an African American salon owner, you didn't see. You didn't see Black salon owners advertising online. You just didn't see it. Like, you maybe would see a Google ad, but you certainly didn't see them on Facebook. And this was right at the height of natural hair, was exploding, right? There were all these new products. There were all this. So I was the only one in the area. And that was my hook, is I was the only one in the area who had a natural hair salon who could cater to this new phenomenon in natural hair care. So anyway, I fast forward, I closed the salon in 2014 because I got really sick. In 2013, I got really sick because I went back to work because we needed to have more income. We were moving or whatever. So I needed more income. So I went back to work, still working in the salon, full time. I was working in the salon full time, had a full staff. And then I went back and took a contract. I took an IT contract. We had three kids. Sorry. I always forget my oldest daughter. We had 3 kids, and I got really sick. Like, God, I don't believe in God telling you that he's going to punish you and make you sick, but I do think that he's going to give you signs that say that you need to wake up and listen to what the hell he's saying. And it was never meant for me to work like that. We were even opening up a different business. I think we had opened up a third business. We were doing transportation. And entrepreneurship has always been in my spirit. So I got super sick. I got sick. I couldn't recover. And so it happened to be that my thyroid was choking me out. I had bronchitis, all this stuff, had to have surgery. And then I said, enough. What is the one thing that I could let go that I am not super passionate about that I can let go? And the salon business, from being behind the chair, was that thing that I let go, right? I enjoyed the people of doing hair, but I didn't really like doing hair. I didn't like the physical labor of it. I liked all the behind the scenes. I liked the operations. I liked marketing. I liked all that, but actually doing hair didn't really float my boat, right? So I don't even like getting my hair done. I like all the end result of beauty, but I didn't like the actual performing of the services. So I was like, my boys, they've been begging us to put them in sports. So I said, okay, I'm going to close the salon. The barbershop will still be here. I let go of the transportation business, and I took a step back, and I recovered. I took a year off, and I recovered and became a football mom. And after about 6 months of that, I was like, this is bullshit. Right? I'm like, okay, I like being a football mom, but I need to do something. And I was like, so how do I get back in the beauty industry, but not in the same manner? So I was like, you know what? You need to take your love of starting businesses, running businesses, and managing the marketing of those businesses. You need to take that and create a business out of it. So that's when I went into the online space. So that was 2014, 15. But again, I was still working full time, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I know about the online space, but I don't really know about having an online business. I was like, I heard about it. I think I want to do some courses. Anyway, make a long story short, here I am 3 years later, doing it at full speed ahead. I've learned a lot in the last 24 months. Last 24 months, certainly last 36 months, but certainly I think the crux of my learning has happened in the last 18 months as I've come into what ultimately I think is the service and the products that I'm providing to you all today. So that's my story in a nutshell, right? So I've been where you are. If you're struggling and you're trying to fucking figure it all out and you're like, how do you put the pieces together? What's your passion? What do you do? Like, I figured out after all this time what my passion is. And my passion is marketing. My passion is technology. My passion is connecting all the pieces together seamlessly so it makes sense for people who that isn't their superpower. So I always talk about superpower and, what is the thing that you are super good at, right? So my hope is that you were in that space, that you were doing the thing that you love and it is your superpower. So this year for me has been about enlightening. Last year was about like hardcore, on the job training, so to speak. So let me explain. So last year I knew that I wanted to do online teaching. I've always taught. I taught in my corporate world. I've taught, and I've taught, on the side in my salon. I've taught, and I knew that I always wanted to teach, but I didn't know in what capacity I could do that. So I knew that I wanted to offer online courses last year, but again, I wasn't really sure about that. So last year I really focused on one-on-one coaching. But here's the deal. That's still too big of a space, right? It's still too big of a bite to take, even in the beauty industry, because in the beauty industry, there's not a lot of online coaches in the beauty industry that really have beauty experience, right? They've actually been in a salon and they've actually worked behind the chair. They know what it's like to suffer through the pains of trying to market their business, be behind the chair and all of that, right? So you've got coaches who are, maybe have some business experience, but they don't really have the beauty experience. So anyway, I did coaching last year, predominantly. I want to say 90% of my business last year was on coaching, one-on-one coaching. And what I will tell you is it wore me the hell out, because again, it wasn't focused coaching. It was broad operational coaching. I was helping salon owners attack their entire operation. So from hiring to marketing to, promotions to technology, the whole gamut. So I was trying to fill the shoes of their salon manager remotely, and giving them that expertise. Wore me the hell out. So I came out of 2016 like, bunk that. I'm not doing like one coaching of anything. I was so burnt out at the end of last year. And I just started my business. I was like, how could I be this burnt out, right? I was taking on too many clients. I was spreading myself thin. My scope was too wide and I was miserable. Like I hated what I was doing, right? And I was like, if I'm going to hate what I do, I might as well go back to my full-time job and I might as well do that. If I'm going to hate and have less risk and have less stress, right? Because at least I know I've got a check coming in. I know exactly what I've been doing. I've been, an IT project manager. I get a job. No big deal, right? I was like, bullshit, I'm not quitting though. Like, I'm not quitting. I'm not doing that. So I had to, going into 2017, this year, had to take a step back and really find clarity about how I wanted to show up in the online space as a coach, as a mentor, as a trainer. What did I need to do? So I hired a coach. I hired a mindset coach. I hired even a marketing coach. I think I had two pretty instrumental coaches this year that really helped me. I took some sales training because even though I considered myself to be a pretty savvy salesperson, face-to-face selling is a whole lot different than online selling or selling over the phone, right? So I took some classes in that type. By no means will I ever tell you that I am an expert salesperson. I know sales techniques, but I would say that I was probably a failure at selling because my conversion rate last year was really pretty low. But this year, my focus was clarity, right? I wanted to find clarity in my purpose in my business. I knew that I wanted to continue to do this and I still wanted to service, but I didn't know in capacity. Like, I was like, I can't reach thousands of people and be a one-on-one coach to thousands of people. at one time. I can't do that, but I can reach thousands of people and offer online group programs and reach a broader spectrum of people if I'm able to create online programs that will allow me to do that. And it also becomes more economical and affordable if I can spread myself out, reach more people, and allow more people to come in. So that was what I wanted to do this year. And I feel like that's kind of where we ended up turning. I still, though, struggled. I want to say I struggled with, up until April, May, I struggled with, did I really want to coin myself as a Facebook expert? I know Facebook like the back of my hand. I know it. I know it well. I know what to do, what not to do. But I was like, do I really want to become that Facebook expert, right? I want to meet with businesses, but do I want to become the Facebook guru? And I'm like, I struggled with that. I struggled with it for probably the first 6 months of the year. I was like, no, I don't want to become the Facebook. Like, I resisted it. But every single turn I made, I feel like God was like, this is a space you need to be in. Like, this is the space you need to be in. Accept it for what it is. Like, Facebook, and that there is a need for it. Not only is there a need for it, there's a need for Black women to see another Black woman's face who can speak from a African American perspective on what it's like to market in an arena where all you see are Caucasian people, right? The sponsored ads are Caucasian, the coaches are Caucasian, everything seems to be not like for like, right? So it's like, you need to do this, right? That is what was calling me. But I resisted it. Like, Lord, did I resist it? I'm not going to lie to you. I resisted. I was like, no, I can't. I'm not. Like, I don't want to peg myself as the Black coach. Like, I don't want to be the Black coach. I don't want to be the Black Facebook coach. Like, I don't want to be, that's not what I want to do, right? I mean, I understand what it means to be Black in America, even as ridiculously horrible 2017 was for youth, and, with police killings and Trump and everything else political that's gone out. I knew it, but I was like, no, I don't want to do that. And I said, you know what? I want to say it must have been June or July of this year. And I said, fuck it. I said, I don't know what happened. That I had that fuck it moment. Was like, you know what? I don't care. Like, this clearly is where I need to be. This is a space that I need to be in. Let me embrace it. And the minute I embraced it mentally, that's when everything fell into place. The idea for the courses, the idea for how I market my courses, how I market my business. You rarely will not see a Black woman on my marketing, because I want it to be clear that this is for us, right? I don't need to say I'm for Black people. I'm for, I'm the Black coach for Black women. I don't need to say that. And I don't mean to say that I am only, catering to the Black community, but it's clear in my marketing, right? And so 90% of the people that I attract are Black business owners and they're Black women business owners. Not that I don't dislike men or anything, but I target Black business owners who are in the online space who want to make a difference, right? Because I feel like, I had this conversation with a bestie of mine this year, and I said, when I came out of college in 1995, I had this sort of alternative face that I had to put on when I was in corporate America versus the face that is who I am, right? I had to put on my corporate Becky face, right? And if you've been in corporate America, you know exactly what that Becky face is, particularly if you're over the age of 35, you're in your 40s like me, you know exactly what that Becky face is, right? Nobody knew that I cussed. Nobody knew who I was. They didn't know me Sunday. They knew the corporate Becky Sunday, right? That corporate face. And so I had this sort of eureka in the middle of the year. I was like, you know what? I know, because my market is 35 to 44. Most of the people that who come to me or who are attracted to me are in that age group, right? So you most likely have had those similar experiences, right? So I just remember saying, you know what? I want to be that voice. I want to be that voice. Not, I'm not trying to save the world, but I am trying to save business owners who, because of lack of knowledge in the marketing space, don't know what to do to make themselves more visible, and how to be clear about that visibility, how to be clear about their marketing, that's what I aim to do, right? And so even in the last 6 months of this year, I have been sort of quiet about what my mantra is, right? I haven't like come out and said, I am that, Black woman coach that is catering to the Black business woman, right? But that's what I am, right? We crafted a business name this year, my husband and I told him what my vision was, and he came up with the name. He swears he came up with the name of the barbershop. I don't know that I agree with him, but it's almost 15 years later that I can't argue. But he for sure came up with the name of our business, which is Be Free Marketing Agency. And the reason that name is Be Free is because I wanted business owners to have the idea of being free to be whoever they are in their business and the selling and the marketing of their business. Be free. Don't be Becky. Don't be Susie. Be you, right? I am Sundey, right? So that has taken this year for me to come out and actually feel comfortable with that, feel comfortable with being myself. So that's sort of the awakening that this year has been for me. It's been about, being comfortable in my own skin, being comfortable on video, being comfortable with saying, this is who I am. I'm a bit nerdy. I'm very techie, right? But I can marry that technology and that nerdiness, right, to help you propel in your business in the marketing space, right? That's what I sort of came up with 2017. Still struggled though. I still struggled because I was like, okay, so how do I do that, right? Well, what do you know? Well, Sundey, marketing, Facebook advertising. I'm like, I don't want to be the Facebook ad. Like, I don't want to manage Facebook ad accounts. That was not really my goal. Like, I didn't want to do one-on-one coaching and that be 100% of my business because I knew how tiring it is, right? I know how engulfed I get into managing accounts and managing. And so it's like effectively you take on the stress of that person's business. And I was like, I don't know that I want to do that. I don't want to be just a one-on-one coach. So I was like, Sundey, you need to figure it out, right? So I always have these Sunday conversations, right? I want to speak and show my face. Absolutely, Lenora. Like that whole show your face thing, I struggled with that. This time last year, I was like, you could get me on a live if you saved my, you couldn't get me on a live, right? I go live once a month, maybe every 6 weeks. And then I'd be like all this pit in my stomach. I'd be like all stressed out. Like I'd have a pimple that would pop out just from the stress. It was horrible. Like you couldn't get out because I had this personal hang up about how I thought people perceived me or would perceive me. I hate to hear my voice. Blah, 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 blah. So I had all these excuses, right, as to why I couldn't show up video. But I'm over it now. Like I'm totally over it. So I still struggled with, how do I package up what I want to do without still hating doing what I don't want to do, right? And so I remember this conversation with my bestie and it was like, who wants to build a business and be an entrepreneur and then work the same amount of hours, if not more hours, with less pay and more stress, right? Who wants to do that? So if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you need to be doing it and love every fucking minute of it, right? I don't mean like you got to wake up every single day and you've got this goofy smile on your face, but damn near you ought to, right? Because being an entrepreneur is stressful, right? There are days when you are just starting off, that money is not flowing the way that you want it. You are wearing all of the hats, right? Because you feel like you can't afford to hire somebody to help you. You are working ridiculous hours. And if you have a husband like mine, he's like, what the hell are you doing? Just go back to your 6-figure job. Why the fuck are you doing this? Like that doesn't make any sense at all to me why you do this. Like, why don't you just open up a consulting business for project managers? I was like, because I don't want to do that, damn it. I don't want to do that. And so like my husband's in my ear, like, blah, 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 like you need to be doing something different. Like, this is not what you're like, you don't need to be in my ear all the time. Right. So it was like a constant battle between, and the problem was I couldn't stand up and say, this is what I'm doing, right? This is what I'm doing. And this is what I'm standing about. Now, I just had this conversation with him the other day and I was like, this is what I'm doing, damn it. And this is what's working. And this is where I'm going, right? So my confidence is a whole lot better than it was 18 months ago when he was in my ear about how I need to open up a consulting business. But all I can say is I get it. Like, I totally understand. If you're just starting out your business and you're trying to figure out like shit, like how to put all these pieces together, what to do marketing wise, how to do the technology, I get that, right? So that's where I said, okay, you know what? My intention is not to be the Facebook ads expert for the senior level business person, right? For Coca-Cola. That's not my level, my goal. My goal is to teach average entrepreneurs, African-American entrepreneurs. Again, I'm not saying I don't teach everyone, but I target African-American women entrepreneurs who are new to marketing, right? Who are new to the business marketing space, right? You're just opening your businesses. Maybe you've been in business for 12, 24, even 3 years, but you need to go beyond word of mouth. You need to go beyond referrals, right? How do you step into the online marketing space in a way that you don't waste money, right? In a way that feels good to you and doesn't have you spinning your wheels, right? It's taken me 7 years to get to this space of knowledge where I feel comfortable with running an ad, knowing what my results are going to be. So how do I take that knowledge that's here and offer it in programs that are going to make sense for a beginner business owner in the marketing space? So that's what I do, right? So it took me this year to figure that out. So Kanisha, exactly. It took me this year to say, okay, that's what I do. I help beginners, right? I am the beginner, right? Beginner to advanced level trainer for business owners who are ready to go from word of mouth marketing, right? And foot traffic marketing to, automated marketing, right? You've got a product and service and you're ready to start to automate those processes. That's what I help you with. Then my second passion. So Facebook ads, right? Great tool to use it. But I always tell people Facebook ads is just that. It's a tool, right? It's not the magic pill. It's not a magic beanstalk. It's not going to grow you this magic beanstalk and money's going to be falling off a tree. That's bullshit. It's not how it works, right? Facebook ads are a tool. So I teach you not only the tool. And so if you're on my email list, you got this week an email that I said, and I even posted in the group strategy versus process, right? So I teach not only the process of using Facebook, I teach you the strategy behind marketing using Facebook advertising as that tool, right? So what are the best strategies to market your business, right? Because you can't just go out there, put an ad out there and think you're going to get a bunch of leads, you're going to get a bunch of sales, because if you've done that, you've realized that it hasn't worked for you, right? You probably wasted your money and you boosted your ads and you paid for advertising and you didn't get anything, right? You got some clicks, you got some likes, but you didn't get people buying your stuff. They didn't give you your email address. You didn't get the results that you wanted to do, right? Yes. So B, right. That's right. And Olivia, that's right. That's what happens is that business owners, this is not your superpower. So you feel stuck and you feel like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I see that it works, right? Well, I see this button. Let me boost, right? I think I know what an ads manager is, right? I know that I should be marketing. Well, I'm putting, content out there on my business page and nobody's clicking, and I'm putting it on my page and only my friends or family, and they've unfriended me and they're unfollowing me because they're sick of hearing about me, right? And it's just like this endless cycle, right? So that's what I teach. That's what I teach in terms of courses and in terms of programs, training programs to help you understand. That's one side of my business. So I teach process and strategy from a Facebook advertising perspective. Then the other part of my coaching business is launching, right? So I've been a project manager and I have launched thousands of projects, efforts in the corporate arena and personally, and from a business perspective, right? So I have thousands, $1 million projects where I have been responsible for launching those projects. I love it. I love launching. I love product development. I love all of that. So this year in 2018, that will be the second area or the second leg of my training business will be on how to effectively go from idea to market for your products and services. So this year in November, we did a ready to launch program challenge, and that challenge was really well received. And what we did there is we really just, in 5 days, we took someone's idea and product and really exercised it to determine if they were really ready to launch that product out into the marketplace, right? Were they really ready to start to sell that product or service? And we did that in 5 days, right? So we will redo that launch in 2018. There'll be another series underneath the Ready to Launch series, which is going to be business jump off. So that is from idea to market, right? So that is, if you've got a business idea, how do you get that idea formalized into a product and such that then you can start to market and get it ready for sale, right? So that's going to be in the spring and second quarter of 2018. We'll redo the product takeoff, ready to launch in third quarter, but that's sort of the second. So we've got ready to launch, we've got Facebook ads. So Facebook ads school is, you know what, hold on. Let me just step back because maybe you guys don't have the big master plan. Marketing Boss Academy. I just before this live, I just finally connected the URL to our teaching site. So Marketing Boss Academy is the place where I host all of our training, right? So where our challenges will be hosted, where our, one-off courses will be hosted, our programs will be hosted, Marketing Boss Academy will be held there. There are 3 areas of that that academy. There's Facebook Ad School, which has introductory Facebook processes. We've got individual classes right now. We've got strategy classes, and then we've got programs. So Facebook Ad School is that piece. That is to teach you how to use the tool Facebook Ads to get more people to your products and services and to drive traffic to your assets, right? To your websites, to your sales pages, to make sure that you're getting as much traffic as you possibly can. In terms of the strategy is like, once you get that traffic, now what? What do you do with it, right? How do you keep the people engaged? That will be additional training that'll be underneath Facebook Ad School. Second leg is ready to launch. We did, in November, we did ready to launch the 5-day challenge underneath product takeoff. We'll be doing in second and third quarter another series of trainings associated with idea to product readiness, and then also taking off that product so that it's ready to go, right? First quarter, this year, we've got Facebook Ad School. Like this year, Facebook Ad School will be going on all year, but in the beginning of first quarter, I'm really just driving home. If you've got a product or service, right? So Olivia, you say you feel stuck. Kanisha, you said you feel stuck. I must talk to several of you all throughout the week, either, in direct message or on, in the group, and you tell me what your issues are. I think I just talked to somebody and, she's finally taking action and she's creating her business page. And then she had some questions about, what should the name be and that kind of stuff. This first quarter really is about a couple of things for you all. All right, so what did I do in December? What I did is I spent December organizing and planning 2018, right? We didn't do a lot of, I think we did one class in, I think I offered 2 classes this month. We did the Facebook targeting class. And then we did, I think I did some lives on giving you some ideas in terms of multiple streams of income. But this year I was really light on the classes because I got sick in November and I wanted to, kind of keep that light so that I could start 2018. So this last month really for me has been about planning and making sure that we really set the, who needs to, I have a business page, need catchphrase and target marketing assistance. Okay. All right, Kanisha, we can point you in the right direction. So at the end, this whole month really has been about how do we organize Be Free Agency? How do I, as Sundey Gardner, the key person of influence, position myself to make sure that I am giving you all what you need as the members of this community, right? Students of mine who have already been a part of some of the courses that I've already offered at the latter part of this year. How do I really position us for strength going into 2018? That is what the latter part of this year is, right? So my VA, she and I took off the last week of this year, so we've been off all this week. But truthfully, I will have to say I have not really been off. I've been working, just finishing up the conversion because we were on Teachable, and now we've moved to Thinkific, which is our platform for hosting our course content. So that conversion is probably about 95%. Today was my last day to really get things wrapped up. So that's complete. I've turned on the URL. So if you go to marketingbossacademy.com, you will see our courses that we have available, and that inventory of courses obviously is going to increase over the next 12 months as we add on additional courses based on what you guys are specifically telling me that you need and you want and you desire, right? So I try to build according to the desire. You guys really are that fuel for me to tell me, this is the kind of content that we need, right? I think I did a live a couple of last week, and there were 2 requests for training that one for sure we're adding in January, 2 that's getting scheduled, but there were several requests for sales forecast training. That training is going to be on the 11th of January. I will be sending out an email for that training. And then there was Facebook group creation and management and business page training, like how to create your business page, how do you manage that business page so that you can set it up for Facebook advertising and that it's doing the very best and kind of creating a flow and a path for people to go down. That training will most likely be in February, but for sure the sales forecast training, which numbers are near and dear to my heart. How many of you are not on my mailing list? If you're not on my mailing list, you did not get an email from me this morning. So if you're not on my mailing list, let me know. Tell me yes. Tell me no, like a sad face. No, you're not on my mailing list. You need to fix that because as a part of 2018, I have started to ensure that I am in constant communication with the people on my mailing list, and based on your identification of your needs, that I'm delivering to you what you need. So Ronice, we need to fix that. So I will be leaving a link in this. Actually, I can do that right now. Let me tell you, I always forget that I can actually interact with you all. So if you go to info.sundaygardner, click on that and you can get on my mailing list. You can get on it right away. So click on that and you can get on the mailing list, right? And so getting on that mailing list will make sure that you get, when I send out information about classes, Emma, yes, so click on sundaygardner.com. You'll be able to get information on classes. You'll be able to get information about tips, tricks, everything, right? I do a lot in this group, so obviously I don't go live via email, but I do a lot in terms of my communication to everybody. I make offers and that kind of stuff via email as well. So you want to make sure that you're connected to me via the group and also email as well. Okay, so that's that. So Marketing Boss Academy, let me give you that site. That is where the magic happens. So that is live because I just made sure it was live before this call, before this live. So Marketing Boss Academy, that is where I host all, it doesn't work. What, huh? What doesn't work? Info.sundaygardner doesn't work. What? I love we can just do, sure it does. I'm like, okay, maybe the dub doesn't work, but hold on, this works. Sorry, I don't think it has the dub. Oh yeah, it didn't have the dub. I just clicked on it. It didn't work for you? When you, okay, so hold on, let me try and put my, I just submitted a email. Hi, Lanita. Okay, it worked now. Perfect. All right, good. All right, yes, so we want to make sure that you guys can get in there. So that's the way to get on the mailing list. All right, so Then we talked about Marketing Boss Academy. So Marketing Boss Academy is where all of the courses, so when you get emails from me, when we talk about courses, the only thing that will not be done via Marketing Boss Academy in 2018 will be lives like this, right? So my recap, if I do, and I will be, my goal this year in 2018 is to be on live at least 3 to 4 times a week. Right. I do still get like butterflies in my stomach. I don't know if you guys do, but I still get heartburn every time I know I'm going to go live, and I'm like, oh no, I could just skip it. Right. So it's still a push for me every time I get on live to show up, because I'm just like, oh no, I could just skip it. Right. But every time I get here, I always enjoy myself, and you guys are always so much fun to talk with. But my goal is 3 to 4 times a week, if not 5 days a week. And so I will look to you guys to help hold me accountable. Like if you haven't seen me, you need to ping me and be like, Sunday, where the hell are you? You haven't been on, right? And so that I'm showing up and making sure that I'm giving you guys what you need, right? So I pick topics kind of randomly, kind of how I'm feeling based on what you guys are telling me, kind of questions that I get or what have you. But again, if there's a particular topic that you want to know more information, if it's in the marketing space, right? Again, my superpower is marketing, Facebook ads, and launching. I absolutely can do that. But if it's in another topic, I've got some resources that I can reach out to if there's other information that I may not have, okay? So that's it. Marketing Boss Academy. We've got, so let me do a recap for you of what's coming up in January. Excuse me, not to mention February and March. Let's just stick with January because I've got so much shit for you guys. You're going to have to hold on. So, January 4th is 5 steps to creating your marketing plan. That is going to be the training that is going to teach you how to create a market plan for an event, right? So if you have an event and you need to figure out how to organize yourself, your thoughts or whatever on planning that event, this class is going to teach you how to do that. The 7th and 8th kicks off Ultimate Marketing Plan Solution. So on the 7th, we kick off the kit, which is where you can have my new ebook, which is going to be 12 days of marketing, plus a planner that you will get so that you can plan out your 12 months of planning on your own. That's a self-study kit. And then on the 8th, we start the live program where in 12 days, 30 days, 12 to 30 days, we will go through not only that ebook in person, we'll have a lesson for each of the days, activities for each of the days so that you and I together can build out your 12-month marketing plan, right? You also will get 30 days of email support. If you're interested in that, that starts on all of that. The live program starts on the 8th. The self-study program will be available on the 7th, right? So we're doing that. And then on the 11th, we kick off the sales forecast. If you want to build your sales forecast, that training, that's a one training, just a one live. There'll be a workbook there, but that's a one training type of thing. That'll be on the 11th. All of that events is also here. If you go to, I'm going to give you my site. All of the events for the calendar month are at this site, sundeygardner.com MBA /MBA. So all the events that are going on in the month of January are there. And then the last event that we've got for the month of January is our 5-day Facebook challenge. So if you want to build, you are ready to do Facebook ads, you have your product and service, you know exactly what you're trying to do, and you want to get in there and build out that Facebook ad, that 5-day challenge is for you, right? We are going to together in 5 days do everything that you need to be able to create and launch, push the launch and go, approve button, get it approved and ready to go for your Facebook ad. This is a process class challenge. So this is not strategy. I'm not going to be talking about strategy in this class. This is about how do you actually get Facebook ads to be created and launched in your ads manager account, right? So all the steps that you need to do, we'll be doing that in the 5 days. So that starts on the 21st and ends on the 25th. It's 5 days. So it's Sunday through Thursday, I believe. All right, so before I go on, does anyone have any questions about January? I mean, we've got a lot of shit, and I'm going on vacation in January, so I'm going to fit all that in. And I'm going on vacation, right? Going to Los Angeles, first time ever being there. We did not get to go on vacation in December, so we're going to take a long weekend and go to Los Angeles over the Martin Luther King holiday. So before I go to February, does anyone have any questions about January, what we've got going on in January? All right, so I'm glad the link works. Perfect. All right, so make sure I'm not missing any questions. All right, so what you guys missed if you were not on my mailing list is the email that I sent earlier today. So let me look back. So I think Olivia, you said you having problems, right? Emma says you need some help. Who else? Kanisha says she needs some help. All right, hold on, ladies. I've got just the thing for you. And just because you join live, you get this wonderful thing. So give me a second, and I'm going to give you the link to this. This is my last. Where are you, Renice? Are you in Los Angeles? All right, I'm going to give you the very last thing, my last hurrah in 2017. And my email to those who are on my email list, this is the kind, you're in LA, so I'll have to look you up when we're going to be flying out at 6 o'clock in the morning on the 13th. And we're going to be there, I think, through the 17th. Yes, so I'll have to look you up. I don't know where we're staying at. I'm booking our Airbnb thing this weekend. All right, hold on. Let me just get you this, guys, this one last link so that you guys have it. So who's interested in a 20 minutes strategy call with me for free? Let me know now. Tell me yes if you are, because if you are not, then I will not post the link. But if you are interested in a 20-minute strategy call, no sales, just a strategy call where we will talk about your marketing strategy for 1Q. All right, so Tina Marbury, you're interested. All right, anybody else? Do you have any other interested parties? Akendria, I hope I pronounced your name right. Tell me what your email address is. Lenora, all right. Okay, hold on. Let me get you all the link here. Emma, all right, perfect. So, ladies, this is what you do. This is it. I can't do any more than what I've done already for 2017. This is my last gift to you guys in the year is that if you go to that URL, you can schedule a call in January, 20-minute session, coaching session with me. And this is my part of giving back for an amazing 2017. And it also is a little bit selfish of me as well, because what it will help me do is identify some of the key areas that you guys are struggling with, and for me to be able to give you some guidance as you go into first quarter of this year, right? So schedule your appointment now. Once those appointment times are filled up, that's it. Like I'm done. Like I'm not opening it up again. So this is a great opportunity for you all to really come strong, right? We have only 20 to 30 minutes. So, we cannot. Yes, it is, Kanisha. It is the same email. It's just hidden behind the word. So that is, so you did get my email. Yes. So, right. If you click on that link, you click it there, you use this one. Either way, you can schedule that call and this call. So let me tell you who this is for and who this is not for. If you don't really know and you want to talk about the world, we can't talk about the world in 30 minutes. Just can't do it, right? At 30 minutes, I'm not going to be able to go over than that. But in 30 minutes, what we can do is we can talk about, okay, this is what you did. This is what you want. And what's the best strategy to get you there from a marketing perspective in the first quarter, right? That's what we'll be talking about for your businesses in that 30 minutes. So this is great if you know that, if you have some goals set and you know what you want to accomplish, this is great. However, if you want to talk about the world, probably not a great time. You may need to actually purchase some coaching time from me so that you can get a greater amount of time to dedicate. But if you are just ready to talk about 1Q and talk about your goal and what's the best strategy from a marketing perspective to get there, perfect thing for you. If you're looking for a magic pill, I'm not a magician. I don't sell magic. I sell strategy and process. So that's what I can give you. All right. So hopefully that makes sense. All right, so that is just January, right? So we go into February. We go into February with kicking off No Newbie Left Behind, which is our it is currently 4 weeks, but I am thinking about extending that out to an 8-week program and making the latter part of that ad support so that you guys can run your ads. We can tweak them. And then if there's any additional changes and stuff that we need to make, we can do that. And we've got that time. So right now it's 4 weeks, but it's going to be extended to 8 weeks. That kicks off February 4th. And that will be 8 weeks long. And it's not really long because the first 4 weeks we actually build the ad, and we build not only the ad, but we build your stranger offer. We build your sales page, your thank you page. If you have a subsequent offer, we build that as well. And then we also build the ads to support that, to drive traffic to that. So it's really the entire sales funnel on the top of your funnel. We build all of that together, talk about the technology, we get it connected, we get your email series up and running, connected, and then it's all running seamlessly. That's what No Newbie Left Behind is. We kick that off on the 4th. We've got a irresistible offer training. I believe that is on the 22nd of February. And then I will most likely fit in the Facebook group and Facebook business page creation and setup for optimal exposure and readiness for Facebook ads. We'll do that sometime in February as well. Any other topics that you guys are thinking that you want? I think somebody mentioned that they have some issue with targeting. We already have a course that's focused just on Facebook targeting and how to best do that. That is our targeting crash course, and that's available in the Marketing Boss Academy. So if that is something that you're interested in, you already know how to use Facebook ads, you may want to take that course. But is there anything that you guys, you're struggling with? I want to use these calls to do that. But if there's anything right now that you're like, shit, I wish I had fill in the blank, right? Tell me now. And then, I'm going to do my very best to make sure that I address that, right? Okay. Any questions? It's always a lag, so. How to build funnels. All right. So how to build sales funnels. You know what? Someone did ask me that. So there's 2 options for you for that. If you want, I'm actually going to do I was going to do that in March, but I may bring that up in February then, is do a course that's dedicated just on the sales funnel portion of that. No Newbie Left Behind is the funnel, but it's focused on like your stranger offer, like attracting strangers to your offer. But just like a general sales funnel course. Absolutely. Got it. Let me tag that. All right, let me go. I want to make sure I like that so I can. All right. Anybody else have any desires or things that they're like, shit, I wish I knew, fill in the blank. Olivia, I'm trying to get to you. All right. Let me pin that comment. I don't know what that, I don't know if, can you pin multiple comments? No, I can't. Let me like it. All right. Perfect. I like it. All right, so we'll do a funnels course, and Nicole St. Clair had, I think, a recommendation, and all right, I've liked Kendria, I have liked your comments, and I will check after this live, if you're on the list. If you are not on the list, I will ping you, and you need to just opt yourself in, and then you'll be on the list. All right. Anything else that you guys can think of? Why does the ad say only you can see it? How do you remove it? Oh, that's because that's Facebook's way of getting you to start to run ads, and you actually have to create the ad. So you either hit the button that says do it, but usually when they do that, that's usually a boosted ad. That's not really an ad from Ads Manager. It's usually just a way of you boosting, and they usually do that for you. Like, say you've done a post on your business page, or I created a new picture, or I shared because since we have just launched Marketing Boss Academy, I created a new business page. Okay, good, great, I'm glad. Emma, like, I just created a business page. I actually created it, but I just published it. Marketing Boss Academy business page, and I shared this group on that business page, and Facebook immediately within an hour gave me a view only of me showing that as a sponsored ad. And the only way for you to get that to not say, everyone can see, is you actually have to follow through and actually boost it and do it. It's usually just to boost a post, a picture, or something that you've done recently on your business page. It's their way of them getting you to spend money. I don't recommend boosting if you're just starting out. Boosting, 9 times out of 10, its goal is to get likes, right? And even though likes feel really great, likes don't pay bills. And they don't really nurture the relationship like you need to be doing. So I do boost ads, but I don't recommend that as your strategy. There is a specific strategy for boosting, and there is a time to boost. And so I would tell you to stay away from that generally. Unless, of course, you just want to get likes. If your goal is just to get likes for that particular post or picture, video, or whatever, then I would say go ahead and do it. But if you're trying to get leads or people that you can start to communicate on a regular basis with, I wouldn't recommend boosting. Okay. All right. Do we have any other questions? All right. So December for me was all about planning. 2018 is all about execution. All about execution. It is all about the realization of the dream that I've set forth, which is to offer quality, meaningful education to women, Black women entrepreneurs who are ready to automate their marketing process, right? And drive more traffic to their products and services, and who are ready to launch new products and services. The best processes and strategies to do that. So Marketing Boss Academy is where we will host those courses and those training programs. To do that, I am available for one-on-one coaching, but on a very limited basis. And you do have to apply for that if that is something that you're interested in. So if you are interested in one-on-one coaching, do let me know. But my focus this upcoming year is on group programs and group training that will allow me to reach more people at one time. All right. So are you all ready for 2018? Like, do you have your 2018 mantra? Do you know what you're after in 2018? I want to say, Lenora, I loved your post yesterday about your online skincare program as your introductory offer. And I think you said you're going to have an extra offer. And I think there was a lady who also posted her new product that's launching in January. She's got a niche planner, and I thought that was a really great idea. So super excited for you ladies. I think, Lenora, you are in the 5-day challenge. I think the lady who is doing the niche program, I wonder, how is she driving people to her that new product that she's got? But excited for you guys. Tell me, ladies, like Emma, what is your product and service? Kendria, what is your product and service that you're launching or that you're going to be focused on in 2018? Olivia, same thing for you. B, Michelle, I think I should know, but I don't remember. Nicole, St. Clair, I know what you do. You are all about nutrition, and you're working on an ebook that is going to be released in January. Can't wait to see that. Kanisha, tell me what you do. So ladies, talk to me. Let me know what you guys got going on. I've just spent all this time talking to you about my 2018 and how I hope to service you. Tell me what you intend to service the world with. Like, what do you intend to, release the Kraken in 2018 with? What are your products and services that you are hyped, excited about. Yeah, I'm really super excited for Lenore's product, that online skincare. I think that's really, really great idea. Yep, love it, Nicole. Emma, like, what do you do? What are you guys doing? Don't be shy. This is not the time to be shy. This is the time to scream it. That's right. So Tiana, you've got the Service Plus Size Clothing Girl. I am a plus size girl. I need to know your website. Your real estate license this year in March. Congratulations, Kanisha. Super excited for that licenseship. So real estate and Facebook, great marriage of the two. Your ability to localize and identify people who are in the market for selling houses and to create communities where people, Facebook is a great tool for you in the real estate business. Purchasing a food truck and converting it into a mobile dessert. Oh, yummy. You're speaking my language. I love dessert. Ooh, I love that, Olivia. Oh, that's great. So, moisturizers for body, hair, all of the above. Ooh, Monique, you're speaking my language. I love food. I love food, and I especially love desserts. Perfect, Lenore. I think that's such a great idea. I think that there is a. Okay, sorry, got a little unconnected there. I was saying that I think that there is a huge opportunity for estheticians in the online space, because most of the people who are in the online space giving beauty advice, I always said this, people who give beauty advice, YouTube is full of people in YouTube who are not licensed estheticians. They're not licensed makeup artists. They are just giving their expertise, and they're wildly successful. So I think professionals who have the credentials, who have the expertise, that they absolutely should utilize online marketing as a way to sell their services and then also express their expertise. All right, we've got hair extensions. Hair extension business, near and dear to my heart as well. It's so beauty, salon beauty bar. So Kendria, my salon was called Allure Beauty Bar back in 2010, 10 through 14. So when I see bar, I always am very excited. So it was Allure Beauty Bar, natural hair to launch products for daily use and hair extensions care. That's beautiful. That's great. Certified personal trainer, instructor, natural healer through juicing. All right, that's great. Emma, love it. Both hair and skin. Okay, Olivia, for your shea butter stuff. Oh, Ronice, you bring me some chicken and waffle cupcakes. That right there, girl, you may never get me to leave. So, okay, I may lose my black card on this, but I totally just had chicken and waffles like 2 years ago. My best friend, who's a guy, my husband and I, we went out with him and his girlfriend. And we go to this diner in downtown Dallas, and I have chicken and waffles for the first time. Like, it was like the best combination of food ever created to man. So to have that in a cupcake, that just sounds so yummy. Oh my goodness, Ronice, like I think I'm gonna tear just a little bit just thinking about it. All right, natural healer through teas, also working on ebook. All right, Emma, that's great. I think teas are great. I love teas. And immediately to ideas in terms of stranger offer, I don't know what your cost is for tea, but, doing trial offers and all that, a tea membership, that I think would be great. Like, business and branding coaching and consulting for startups and small business owners. Absolutely needed. Absolutely needed, B. I think that's great. Implementing a give back portion to my boutique. Items will be donated to help people needing clothing for interviews and such. Love that. You could also do like a consignment type of thing as well, so you're not totally out of pocket. That's great. Love it. People can make money. You can make money. Always love making money. All right, you guys have some amazing things going on in 2018. And again, I feel so very honored and blessed to be a part of your journey and look forward to the great things that we've got going on in this upcoming year. So stay in touch. We've got some great training. If there's any support that you need in the execution of any of the things that you've got going on in the beginning or throughout the year, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. And I will, I always shoot straight to you. Say that in a sentence 3 times. Shoot straight to you. So if I can't do it, I'll let you know, and I'll recommend somebody who can. If I can help you, I'll let you know. And we'll go from there. So ladies and ladies and ladies and ladies galore and all your amazingness, have a fabulous, fabulous rest of your day, and have a great, great New Year's Eve on Sunday. So I'll probably come on tomorrow, but I'm not making any commitments, but I absolutely welcome you guys on the first of the new year. So we all get to hug each other virtually and say Happy New Year. Hopefully not many of us are too hungover. I'm a little bit too old to be getting hungover, but I do intend to have a few spirits. But anyway, you guys have a great, fabulous day, and I will talk to you soon. All right. Bye-bye.